sense too.
I think 92, 91, 92.
But I hope they'll hire. Thank you, Winkers.
Yep, 92.
I hope that they'll hire someone to do the replacement for the 4 people they lost. It seems like there be some people who might want to work in this world. I don't know.
Well, I guess it's probably a mix between if it's really a drag and a grind and if people find something else. But
well, yeah,
hopefully they're hiring more people, especially if they really need it.
The hope is that you'll move on. You'll be able to move on. That Mike will find, something else that's more appeasing to him. And this was just an interim job in the meantime. Certainly not a career building job for Mike.
No.
Never has been. So we are on day 8 of the Wages of War. And I was asking Chad, because I'm used to Quest for Glory 2, which had a certain time frame to do things. And you had to kill time to get to those certain days. This one is more flexible in that regard. So according to Chad. And so, but you can piss away a day.
Oh yeah, especially if you go out and you're walking around on the savannah and jungle. Time goes by really quick. So yeah, you're going to rack up a lot of days on this because of just walking around.
So maybe that's Chooch's fantasy coming around here. But I can tell you, as the one in the middle, that I'm hoping Mike will find a nice job. Because if it's gone down to character building, he has learned to be a slave. That's for sure. So.
So many things I want to say, but I'm just not going to touch that. So.
It's funny.
But anyway, Mike, Tooch wants to come work with you now.
There you go. What's funny is I still have this envision of Tooch on the devil's side, Mike on the angel side, and Mel in the middle. So I guess you would call Mel Limbo. Yes, Mike said, true, bud. Very true.
Stamina. Oh, we can give this to the...
All right, give that to who? Whom?
Oh, we got the poison it. We got this. Can we eat it?
You eat it. Do you die? What happened to your stats?
You're poisoned. Okay.
Yeah, your health went down.
Well,
maybe taking the poison fruit wasn't such a great idea after all. Okay. But giving it to someone else is in the plan, Stanley.
It's so true, bud. Welcome again, he who is a hero. What is it I might do for you now?
Okay.
We got flirt again. I could listen.
He's got a wife. I mean, she's got a husband.
I am just glad you're. Otherwise, they might suspect something which is not. At least not yet.
Not
she's
yet.
teasing.
She is teasing you.
Marhaba, Effendi. You are most welcome here, he who is polite. Today we serve the specialty of this inn, elephant with apricots and sherbet. It is most popular.
Elephant.
Interesting.
With apricots and sherbet.
Does elephant taste like chicken?
You cannot eat elephant. Elephant is like a protected animal. You cannot eat elephant.
You can eat as much elephant as you want. There's plenty to go around.
They can in that game.
Heard whisper that the one who was once great Krisha's husband has returned to usurp the king. May he rule forever.
Yeah, him and his wife are busy.
This rumor is being spread by fools, and I speak of it only to deny its truth. Khatib. It is kind of you to ask a Khatib. He does not seem to be getting any stronger. I fear for him. You wish to treat a lady, a gift from the bead maker will please anyone with an eye for her beauty. BB does not speak your language well, but she loves to listen to you.
Oh, and she'll definitely take your money for the bead.
Does make lovely beads.
I've no doubt about that. Do we need to get a bead for someone?
Eventually. Kabir and I were up all last night preparing this day's meal, and customers have been in and out all day. It'll be good to get some rest.
There we go.
Let's order a meal. You order a meal.
And Chooch, of course, the important thing about the cats is showing them where the litter pan is. You know, knowing that that's their litter pan so that they'll go there. That will be an adjustment.
Yeah. And hopefully it's like, here it is.
Here's your feast. May it please you. The food looks strange. You pay the welcome woman. Allie's watching us. Oh, Allie. Hey, Allie.
Hi, Allie.
It's in the closet. They both seen it. And so it's in the closet where they're hiding. Enjoy your meal. That's the other thing. They tend to go hide in the place that's the most scent, that's the most familiar to them. So if the litter pan's in the closet, that makes sense that's why they're going there.
Maybe it smells like Tooch's clothes, or just kind of, we had a cat who he would like do his, be out and hang out with people on Saturday, but by Sunday he was tired and would disappear into a closet for the day.
Yep, Monday through Saturday, he was social and he was out and he was doing everything. But by Sunday, he would find him buried in clothes in the closet. Well, it's because it smells like me. It's secure, dark, and it's private.
Yep.
Yeah, they'll come out when they're hungry or when they're ready to say, okay, this is it. This is where we're going to be. Welcome. It's so good to see you again. Wow, it seems like days since you were last here. Say hi, Allie. Okay, the fruit from the venomous vines. Wow, what an adventure.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to, it's like, I don't have any stamina pills. Oh, yeah. It's the pool water that will refill your stamina.
You tell how you got the water from the pool of peace, but are we missing something?
Yeah.
I knew there was one out in the savannah. I'm glad you found it. Stories say something about a beautiful woman magic user making a magic spring. Someone named, let me think about Rana. That was it. That's all I know about it. They're staying in my room for a few days until they are more comfy, and that is a really good plan.
And Mesnat, may you have a splendiferous day.
Oh no, we have to talk to a hippie. Skippy hippie. Chad used to be a hippie too.
Okay, now you haven't done this yet, but we got this. It says you can see a water pipe of truly prodigious portions.
Okay, water pipe.
So let's light it up.
You light the pipe with your tinderbox. You suddenly feel a little strange and very dizzy. Wow.
Now, when I played this last, and this was adding this new fan-made patch that found like little extras, fixed some bugs, and even kind of reinserted like some unused assets. I was like, I don't remember the music sounding like that. It sounded more like a Jimi Hendrix riff versus what I remember hearing when I had earlier played it. So I'm kind of wondering if that was something new or different that was included there. So it really
is a hippie.
It very much is. And I think he was based off of some Sierra employee at the time. So
we call it the hippies from the 60s.
They're doing all the fun little color cycling. Oh, wow.
Every time you keep touching it. You spend the next couple of years sleeping in the alleyways and eating out of garbage cans. Well, all right, sign us up for that. All toked up, then you die a burned out drug addict. So, hero who? That you're living your glory days with a big old fat belly. Yeah. All right, maybe leaving the bong alone is a good idea. Gee, you got this stuff. I hope you didn't get hurt.
I'm good.
at the pool of water.
Maybe if you're a fighter, you have to just go be all manly.
Great, the peace water will really mellow the potion. But now we're missing one.
Yeah, just spell potion. I'll make up the stuff for you.
We need it says here in my handbook that the heart of the world is somewhere near here in the jungle. When you find the place that's like so full of magic your karma rises, then you'll know where to look for the gift. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for Quest for Glory 4, a quest for your next fix. Katrina, who? Vampires, what?
Whatever, I'm just eating pumpkins over here. Avocado sandwiches.
There you go.
Having a truly cosmic day, man. Like, the sun is shining, the plants are really grooving.
I said he looks kind of like Chong. Is it Chong who is the... I think it's so. Cheech Marin and Chong, and I don't remember his last name.
Spider plants is catching rays, and the bullhead, blah, blah. It is brilliant. The daffodils are dancing in the daylight, and Audrey has a healthy appetite.
Right, Tommy Chong.
That's it.
It's Cheech Marin and Tommy Chong. Yep. Now they've cleaned up their act, and they are old men with bald heads and stuff like that.
Chong might still have some hair, I think.
They still have some hair. Chong's still got some good-looking hair. He's got a Kenny Rogers looking hair about him.
Kenny Rogers was a pretty good-looking guy. Yeah, he probably had some work done in the later years of his life.
He was.
I wonder when he started going gray, because I pretty much always remember him being gray. Or at least some gray in his beard and stuff. So
I was watching The View, and they had Cheech and Chong on there, and there was the comments about how Up in Smoke kind of set the generation and the culture and stuff like that for that lifestyle. So definitely very hippies. Hippies before it was cool to be a hippie, right?
Okay.
Actually, probably was cool to be a hippie.
12 healing, 10 mana. Okay, that's a fair amount of mana. At least we'll get some more.
All right, just use your words and tell us where we are, what we are doing. Going.
I'm going to probably head out to. Ooh, these are a bit pricey.
Will he take it for 15?
All right, sweet.
How many did you need?
Well, let's see how many I got here. Only one. Dang, that's...
He only gave you one for 15.
Yeah, that's expensive, man. Gonna go back out in the savannah. We have a couple things, and then the jungle. I don't think you've been to the jungle yet.
Welcome to the jungle. Nope. Welcome back, young hero. Again. Can't get enough of this deal. I feel every asshole asshat dipshit company that overlooks Chad are making huge mistake, and it's their loss, not Chad. Just my thoughts.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, I had one interview, or actually had 2 interviews set up last week, and one of them, it was a couple hours before the interview was supposed to happen, and I get an email that they had already selected somebody. Like, that's a new one to me, that was set up for an interview, and they had already hired somebody, which that one irritated
Agreed,
me.
Medicine Hat. Agreed. I think that I just want both of my boys to find. Thank you, Mike, for posting my YouTube. I just want both of my boys to find whatever it is they're looking for. I feel bad for this one, the current thing that they want Chad to jump through, which is a programming timed test. And I know he's dreading it just because programming takes time. You have to contemplate. You have to think. You don't have time to... I mean, if it's going to be simple code like Hello World, it'd be one thing, but it's never that easy. I did pin the link, didn't I?
Yep. She just did. Yeah, I see it pinned.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah. So anyway, that was a new one to me that it took them a week. So when they had scheduled me for like that initial interview, it was like a week out. Like, oh, okay, whatever. And then, 3 hours before I'm supposed to even start, then like, oh, we had already hired, we hired somebody for this. Like, really? Didn't even get a shot, I found that more insulting than if it was just like I threw my hat into the ring and then all I get is the thank you for your interest. We've selected somebody else. Versus, and this is a company that I had a referral to because somebody I worked with works there now. And then I actually even, submitted for like 1 or 2 other jobs to her. And, for those also just got, in those cases, then it was just like, thanks for your interest, but we've selected somebody else or moved on. And then I had another interview. It was a pretty good interview. I felt it was pretty fun. It was at least a good back and forth. I'm interviewing them just as much as they're interviewing me. And I think the only thing was when I got to the end, the guy said like, had good luck. I'll get my feedback to the HR or the recruiter, and that was kind of the part like, oh, he may have already made his decision. And in that case, maybe it's just like so many people, but it was cool that I guess I got at least that far. And then there's another one it sounds like, from what I read, a bunch of hoops to jump through. So I don't know. I'll try to just use it as a learning experience. We'll see what happens, but we'll see. So, yeah, hear me out, guys. I feel that the test is something they actually need for one of their current projects, and they're trying to get someone to write the code for free. Very suspicious and a red flag. Yeah, we'll see. I've heard of things like that, but hopefully this is just kind of get a sense of your skills. The thing I'm not a big fan of here, unless this is just like, let's weed people out that if they're serious about this, they'll go jump through this first hoop. And then if they bother with it, then we can decide whether we're going to move on to the next step. And, maybe that's, part of that process. We'll see. And because I've had some interviews that, at least you get in like, that first round, like, okay, here's the recruiter interview. Maybe you talk to a tech person or something. And then maybe if they decide to move on, then they give you like a programming test. But at least for some places, if they decide to skip past or like, no, we're not going to bother, and then at least they're not going to waste my time with a programming test if they're decided that they're not going to select me anyway. So we'll see. It's all about Tarna. It's all about the things you have done so far in Tarna. There are many more experiences for you to discover here, I'm sure. When you explore the bazaar, do not forget to visit the money changer. Okay, nothing new there. Yeah, so we'll see about that test. And so I've been, trying to do a bunch of prep and refreshing and learning new things. So, we'll see.
I figured if nothing else, Chad could just use it as a training experience of more, hear me out. I feel it's something sometimes need for current projects. They're trying to have somebody write the code for free. What depends. I mean, is that what it is when you open up the? I
haven't gotten it yet.
All right, so. You haven't opened it up yet.
No, it looks like here's this thing, and I just want to make sure I have enough time to sit down. So if it's like I click on the link and then I get the project, and then if it's started at that point,
right, then
make sure I have proper amount of time. Yeah, sometimes that's true. Yeah, hopefully they're not doing it. They're just trying to gauge abilities and stuff, but. When the spirit death is returned to Sabani, then the Laban will speak of peace. Only you can bring this about, because my leg is broken.
Well, it's true, Mike.
So I can help you a little.
Excuse me.
Magic. From now on, whenever you are away from Tarna, I will be using my magic to keep track of you. If you are ever in serious trouble, I will try to help you.
But also, Mike, I'm wondering, are you staying up on the latest things about your field as far as compliance? So you're subscribed to newsletters, and are you part of any kind of guild or blog or what? I mean, not blog, guild or organization that can keep you up to date on the newest and greatest things about your industry. Don't forget to do that if you're not. It's important. And yes, you definitely, absolutely, we all care about you. We all want you to get whatever it is that you want in your life.
Yeah. Mike,
they do.
Yeah, the company I first mentioned that I had an interview, but then they had hired somebody. It was about risk compliance and what was the acronym? Governance and compliance or whatever.
Because I know sometimes when you take a different job, then you don't focus as much on but you definitely need to, so you can stay in the mix of whatever's going on. Because the world doesn't stop because you are not in that world. So definitely. I know for us, the big thing about compliance is AI. It's all about AI, buzzwords, and how to use the software products that we have, 29 products, and interject AI capabilities into them.
There's so much, especially in technology, of AI this, AI that, and there are a few things, and speaking with like my programmers group, of where it can be leveraged as a useful tool. And even with some of the programming I've been doing just even this past week, there have been cases where Xcode has recommended like, oh, here's maybe what you want to type in this section. Sometimes it is actually pretty spot on, like, oh, that was cool, done. Yeah. And then there's times it's like just completely off and like, no way.
Yeah,
go away.
Stop if it trying. Understands what you're trying to say. I mean, there's times like I have to say the same message over and over again. And you think that the AI tool would have said, oh, well, she says this all over again and again. And so let's give it to her. No, I have to. So I have the Teams thing. Sorry, I have a team things with the sentence, and I copy and I paste and I drop it in my emails. But there's been a time or two that it's done a variation, but it hasn't done it where it makes sense. And it would have led me down the wrong path if it would have auto chose what I was trying to say. I resent tools that try to tell me what I ought to say. That to me is the biggest thing about it, is like, and I know it goes beyond that. I know that there's more things. Like I said, one of the primary focuses for our company is how to integrate the AI into these 29 products. So, is that your... What are you trying to get? A feather?
Yeah, let's what if we try this?
Is that burning?
You bothered the bees.
Oh, Chad.
Killer bees. I can't believe you bugged the bees. Before you bothered the bumblebees, remember that they can bother you back.
Well, I don't know if the company that Chad has got this programming test with is on the up and up, but I don't think they're going to get enough of a code to solve their company's problems in the amount of time.
Yeah. Well, if anything, use it as a learning opportunity. And even the interview I had last week, I think there was at least, sometimes there's more generic questions, but there was one, because they were talking about being very kind of like customer focused, like tell me about like how you like stepped up and were like customer oriented or something like that. And then it was kind of more the afterwards, like, oh, now I have a better story I could have told. And sometimes it's just you don't have enough time to think about things versus like what could have been a better answer. What if I did this?
Did you have the potatoes too? Okay, so you can have a little bit out of that on bread.
Can I do anything?
Got it. You can have a little bit.
Bird looks like it enjoys wallowing in the honey. Okay, that didn't do anything.
Oh, you were supposed to have the leg, not the breast. Jack, get it out. It's in the microwave right now.
Anyway, right now I'm getting a feather from the honeybird. The bird looks like it enjoys wallowing in the honey. I go over. The bird left a feather stuck in the honey when it flew away.
Boy, that's annoying.
Yeah, I'll get out of it soon. Can I fetch? Didn't manage to fetch anything. That was an opportunity lost. Now we have
honeybird feather. Somebody wants that.
Salim.
Is it your only one?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's probably won't do it because it's a more complicated bug or Easter egg is if you are starving and you have no food and spend a couple days, you get chased by the awful waffle walker.
The awful waffle walker.
Waffle with feet will start chasing you around until you eat it.
And why won't you do it?
Because I have too much food right now.
Well, can't you just start like a new game and...
Yeah, if you really want to, I guess.
Awful waffle walker.
Yeah. Village be where we stay for the night. The savannah be our home. Simbani be the people of the lion, and we have... we be proud and brave. We bring cattle to our lion men of Tarna and call them our friends. Lion men, the lion men of be the strength of the city of Tarna. They be great warriors like the Simbani, which is why they get together. They don't trust magic. They like brought, fighting and stuff. We be trading cattle with other people of Tarna for beads and fine robes. These are signs of great wealth.
I'm curious why they use the word be instead of are.
Does sound awkward when they're talking. The savannah, they don't like to conjugate verbs all the time. The savannah fattens our cattle with the grass, and is our home, but it hides the hunters who wish to fatten on our cattle. The blood and milk of the cattle be our drink, and the body of the cattle be our meat, and the hide of the cattle be our clothes. Cattle be the center of the Simbani people. Hunters. There be many hunters in the savannah. Of them all, those that walk on two legs are the most dangerous.
Did you see it said are? Not B?
Okay. The people of the Fissi, the hyena men, run in packs and never attack unless they are outnumbered the prey. If you can hurt the hyena men without being hurt, they may be running away. The thing that's interesting about that, the hyena men are not in the game, but it's like, sounds like something like the jackal men from Quest for Glory 2. And so I think this is something that was perhaps planned as something to fight that was
Then
removed.
they never put in.
The Mamba people, those who be called the Crocs, be strong and brave. They be slow, though. Most dangerous fall be the horned hunter, the dinosaur. He be plenty tough and eat a man alive, that one.
Do you fight that one?
Yeah. There be hunters, but these are the makers of heroes. The savannah can be very dangerous, so many of you have good luck and outlive all hunters.
Okay.
So I thought that was kind of interesting that it talks about the hyena men, but they did not end up actually in the game. So I'm thinking it was a similar thought, and it just didn't happen in the end.
They be leaving it out.
Elder. I be called Yusuku, the night one. I be the one who watches over our village while the stars light the heavens. So kind of an interesting, here's just like a little snapshot of something that ultimately was not added into the game. That they probably just ran out of time.
Maybe.
Hello, hero friend. There be plenty of talk of war with the warriors. They be thinking very good to fight the leopard men. Say Habari. All about day. That's most interesting. I be fine hero, raise your but night talk war gets louder and this and to go to work. War, so do I. Warriors and body warriors not always so warlike. They be to defend. They not liking to be afraid, and the leopard men make them afraid. Better to die in battle than to live in fear. The warriors want to be going into the jungle to find the leopardman village. Then the warriors want to burn the village and get back to Spear of Death and drive the leopardmen away. The warriors talk this way all the time. Soon even the elders be talking this way. Then there would be no peace. From what I have been hearing, no one seen the leopardmen attack the Sambani. There have been dead cattle, rumors, sign of magic, but no one seen a leopardman do these things. Yeah, okay.
So I wonder if that box, I mean, that leopard skin is more comfortable than sleeping on the box in the inn back at...
Who knows? Yeah, let's see what her stats are. Okay. Yeah, I think we got a nice amount of agility, doing the little bridge thing and stuff. What's her throwing? Okay, we got a little bit from the throwing, but...
So we had now no breakfast for us here.
We got our spim, and our meat from Kolb. Oh, I wonder if the skill is down. Okay, that's why. It's a little, there it goes. I was wondering why there's no. I saw no wind. Yeah, it went up a little bit. You know, resting here could be hazardous to your health. Best to reconsider.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that, Wink.
Abari Buana. All right. Yeah, you're walking over there. So we're gonna. How many points do we have? Okay, we already have 105. Okay, not bad. Not bad. A lot of kind of your early game preparation. Yay, we got a point. The hills in this area look as though they were formed by armies of giant ants in a workaholic mood. The map artist seems to have had a problem with proportion. There can't possibly be a tree that large anywhere on the planet. Can there? Without this famous explorer's map of the trackless eastern Fricana jungle, you are sure you would be lost. How many points did we get for that? For coming onto the screen. Okay, we got 2 points. Congratulations, you went over here. You are now at the base of the largest tree you've ever seen. The top branches are obscured by mist. When you try to look up at it, there is the smell of leaves and the perfume of unseen flowers. Can we drink any water? Take a drink from the stream. It has a pleasant, sweet taste and is very refreshing. It's not a good place to practice your magic. Aww.
Okay, so this is quite different, much more green.
Yep, we're in the jungle.
You are working your way around a giant tree. You can see a pathway that has been worn in the tree's thick bark. There are even some hollow areas that look like caves dug into that tree, perhaps by lightning, giant insects in years past.
I like the audio on this. I'm wondering if that was updated. Yeah, this is also the first time I played this through ScumVM. I think all the other times in the past I've either played it in DOS or Windows.
Another Wisebot catch.
Thank you, Wisebot. And either in DOS or Windows or whatever.
That's $5.
So this time it's we're playing through ScumVM. Let's see.
It's not a good place for your magic.
Place. Yeah, it is.
It says it's not a good place. The plant has tremendous proportions. At the end of the path, you see an opening in the center of the tree. A huge opening into the tree has a waterfall flowing from it.
Like a tree on a tree?
It does have a tree on a tree. Almost like the Deku tree.
Sort of like that, yeah. Except we're not going to be a bastard and kill it.
We don't kill the Deku tree. Ganondorf does. He has a thing about the Deku tree. That's why I say one of the next, Legend of Zelda, Revenge of the Deku tree.
You find yourself in a strange cave-like hole in the tree. There is a feeling of peace and serenity within, the scent of strange flowers.
Okay. Oh, is this the magic place we're talking about? You see a strange glowing sphere of pure energy. There is a strong aura of magic surrounding you. The glowing object also radiates with power. Can you talk to it? It doesn't say much. It's going around you, though.
Round and round.
It's possibly like sucking your energy right out into their ball. You seem to hear voices coming from inside your head. Welcome to the Mother of the World. We are the Guardian. What is it that you seek? You again hear the voices in your head. We are the Guardian. We protect the Mother of the World. There could be no actions of harm within the heart of the Mother because of our powers.
Ah, nice.
You start to tell the Guardian about peace. You are the creature of peace and so most welcome here. Again, voices in your head. The Mother of the World is the first tree.
Let me do that again. Sorry, I clicked accidentally.
The Mother of the World is the first tree. She is the source of all living plants. She is the living heart of all plants. We're trying to steal the heart of the Mother.
So is this anything like the comparison to, what's the big tree from the Elden Ring?
Oh, I don't know. What Messin Hat? What's the name of the tree? Greet. As you start to greet the Guardian, you hear voices to say, "We are most pleased to be with you."
The Elden tree or something?
No, there's a Erd tree. Thank you, Mike. There you go. Yep.
He's listening.
You hear the voices in your head again. This is the tree of the Mother of the World.
Yeah.
You are seeking a gift from the heart of the world. To receive such a gift, first one you must give. Gather some life essence from the pool of peace. Give that essence to the Mother at the top of the stand at the heart of the world, and then you shall receive your gift. You start to tell the Guardian about the water from the pool of peace. Take the magical essence to the heart of the world above, place it upon the stand, and ye shall be rewarded. All right, so say goodbye. Do you not have what you need?
Are we
leaving? It looks like. Oh, is that what you got to do? Is climb up to the top there?
Yeah.
Gotcha. An incredible feeling of living energy flows through you as you enter. You smell the perfumes of thousands of different flowers, all blending together to overwhelm your senses. You hear the sounds of all the living things in here, creating a melody which is so beautiful that you are moved to tears. It is the music of life itself. The very air invigorates and revitalizes you. You feel as though you've reached the ultimate center of all living things in the universe, and that you are suddenly the source of all energy and life. This place is like, well, totally awesome, dude.
There you go, Medicine. More hippiness.
More hippiness.
Tree hugging.
Even that, yeah. The orange tree has leaves which smell like cloves.
Orange and cloves sounds like an interesting combination.
It is. You never saw a purple tree, and you never hoped to see one, but from the branch that you have found, you guess that it might be fun. You see a spiral platform growing out of the earth. As you step onto the spiral, you feel a rhythmic throbbing below your feet. A new note is added to the wondrous melody which surrounds you.
Okay.
You take out your knife and cut it. All right, so there you go. We didn't pollute. Give a hoot, don't pollute.
I don't remember that.
Never be a dirty bird
Empty the skin
in the city or in the woods. Help make America looking good.
This must be the gift from the heart.
Thanks for interrupting.
I was trying to read before it disappeared.
Can he come back?
Nope.
Think again. Think again. The small stream flows down from the very walls of this incredible place.
One thing I'm kind of curious. So this is the first time I played as a thief with this new fan-made patch, and there's an item you're supposed to have already gotten potentially from the little floating things, and there's another place you could have gotten, but I didn't get it in either cases. So I'm like, that's curious. But there's a place near the end of the game where you can get this other item. So I'm kind of wondering if that was a fix they made of saying, oh no, here's what you needed to be doing as a thief. So kind of wondering if that's what was going on there. Interesting. These taste like spiced tea.
Yep, see, that's a common thing with like a tea. Okay, so there's incredible sensation of life coursing around you.
Let's see, what time is it? This one. It's getting kind of late. Can we sleep? Okay.
Aren't you supposed to be getting a gift?
Yeah, I just got it.
What was the gift?
You're too busy singing.
The gift from the heart of the world. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
just holding this gives you a warm, happy feeling inside.
Clicking. Is it more you're supposed to do here? You waiting for someone?
Yeah, I want to sleep here. Okay, it's starting to get a little dark, I think.
You need to go.
It's a nice safe space, so.
Okay.
Well, I didn't want to have to try to...
Quest for Glory 3, the game of sleeping.
You have to eat and sleep. Jeez, what a pain, huh?
Wow.
Okay, what is this thing? You're surrounded by green magic. All right, druids. Woo!
I took your stuff and hung you from the purple tree. Oh, that's a different game.
Not a good place. I don't know why, if that was something he added, because I remember at least with a mage, yeah, I definitely practiced my magic in this room, and
because there's a lot of magic refill energy, right? So it just continues to fill back up. The aura. I have a question for you both to answer either jointly or individually. What unique ingredient or spice do you enjoy working with? Mine is Saigon cinnamon.
I've gotten Saigon cinnamon because of you, so I
Yes,
go and find it.
we
and
do now
find
use
Saigon
it.
cinnamon.
I actually like shawarma spice or Qatar or something like that.
Baby Bam.
Baby Bam. If you've ever, Emerald Lagasse makes Bam, a certain spice he puts on everything, and it gives a recipe on how to make the Bam. So I make that quite a bit. I also made my own seasoned salt, and but shawarma is a very unique. And you can use shawarma with a multitude of different things. Shawarma seasoning.
When I make my oatmeal in the mornings, I like to do a combination of nutmeg, ground cloves, and cinnamon. So it's not quite pumpkin spice, but it's getting similar. So I think pumpkin spice also includes like ginger and maybe allspice. And I think it's similar to a, I'm trying to think what the British term is.
So you don't use
There's something similar to it. Like it's not allspice, but it's something a little along those lines.
You know, you could take like
mixed spice or something.
Like there are like these bowls, and you could slice up the orange. You could throw the cloves in there, and then you heat it. It's like a heating bowl, and it emanates that spice. That's what I think of when I see orange and cloves. But yeah, you can put it on pork. You can put it on beef. You can put it